Hello everybody, as you all are probably well aware now, I am now on Twitter. I've defended its use already and I'm sticking to my guns, but here's another reason why I think Twitter is a good idea. It provides video ideas. When I signed up to Twitter, it gave me a list of categories such as food, entertainment, comedy, that sort of stuff, and then would give me a list of people who I could then follow. And one of the categories was politics, and under that category was Sarah Palin. I decided I would follow Sarah Palin because I thought, what the hell, it could be worth a few yucks, and I was not disappointed. About an hour ago, according to this tweet, Sarah Palin, I don't know whether it's actually her or some kind of helper, but the Sarah Palin Twitter tweeted this. Do you want to keep some healthy perspective on your busy day-to-day? First of all, that's unnecessarily condescending. Do you want to keep some healthy perspective on your busy day today? Screw you, Sarah Palin. I'll have you know that I'm not busy, because I suck. Yeah, biatch. Anyway, she then proceeded to link us all to a video called Lee Ellen, God's Plan. Now I assume she meant God's plan, i.e. the plan of God. It is God's plan. But the fact that whoever uploaded this failed to include a possessive apostrophe now means that the intention of that statement, God's plan, literally means there is more than one God and they all plan. I'll just point that out. On top of that, God's Plan is in fact a song. The YouTube video is a painfully awful music video to that song. Now I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out why it's so awful, but as a media student, I think I have a little bit more authority in pointing out why. Allow me to wield my small amounts of intellectual power. First of all, this video has huge shot lengths. Generally, music videos shouldn't have shot lengths over 2 or 3 seconds, max. It just makes it look slow and crappy. Of course, there are obvious exceptions, for instance, Foo Fighters' My Hero video, where the point was that it was just one long shot, but generally you shouldn't have a shot that is longer than 3 seconds tops. On top of that, there was no beat editing, there was no cutting on the beat, which is why the music video to Lady Gaga's Alejandro annoys me so much, because that video fails on that account, and it's also terribly composed. And I could go on, but that's not even the worst part of it. The song God's Plan is a song by a woman who has a son who has Down syndrome, and she is saying that her child having Down syndrome is part of God's plan. Choice lyrics include, I think he was sent here to teach us a lesson, don't mess with God's plan. Let's make no bones about it. Down syndrome is a disorder. I'm not saying that people with Down syndrome can't, with the right help, lead happy, fulfilled, full, normal lives. They clearly can. Just Google list of famous people with Down syndrome. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still a disorder. And that's something she's admitting in her video. She's saying that he's here to teach us a lesson. If he didn't have Down syndrome, if he didn't have something that is a disability, there would be no lesson. There'd be no point to sending him down here. So clearly she knows that it's a disorder as well. It's not offensive or anti-Down syndrome people to say that. Down syndrome is a disorder. And if it were possible for me to ever be in a situation where I would have a child and the doctor would come up to me and say, you can either have this child with Down syndrome or without it, I'm not going to say, yes, I'll have my child with Down syndrome, please, because it's a disorder. In real life, however, we don't have a choice. So people do what they have to do, get the help they need, and get on with their lives. And everything is hunky-dory. Another example would be if I don't know, fucked a chick from Chernobyl and we had a child who was born without legs. Now I would rather have had that child with legs, but ultimately we would do what we have to do, we'd get the help we need, and we would let that child grow up to be a contributing member of society. And everything would be hunky-dory. It's the same principle with people with Down syndrome. But this situation is different. This woman is suggesting that God intentionally gave her child Down syndrome, like he presumably does with a lot of couples who have children who have Down syndrome. This brings up an ethical problem. Why the hell is God creating children with Down syndrome? Her explanation is that he's here to teach us a lesson. God gives people Down syndrome to teach other people lessons about life. I guess in this case the life lesson is tolerance to people who are different. So, if we bear in mind that Down syndrome is a disorder, God is intentionally creating people with reduced quality of life, even if it's just a little, in order to enhance the lives of other people. Essentially, God creates some of us with either the sole or partial intention of benefiting others. That is disgusting. The excuses that some people give to get around the problem of evil are just absolutely mind-blowing. And clearly, Sarah Palin agrees with this. She believes that God gave her child Down syndrome in order to teach her or others to be more tolerant of other people who are different. God truncates in some way or another the lives of some people for the betterment of the lives of others. Again, that is disgusting. Go Sarah Palin in 2012. I'm not even American and I can't wait. Goodbye everyone.